There's a ground ball. Nice diving stop by the second baseman on the first short hop and safe.
That was a great play by second out there and a good throw. And the first baseman almost with a good dig, he got it. It just popped out of his glove as he kind of swept up there.
Nice stop by that. You're absolutely correct. Here is Alex Gilletta. He is the left center fielder. And he lifts one in the air to right field. And the ball drops in front of the right fielder. And it's a base hit. They throw into second base. However, Sigali was able to beat the throw, so it is a single for Gilletta, and that will bring up Mitch Castro.
So since we are seeing some fly balls get out there, it's a good time to mention that you are allowed 1 home run per game in this C division over the fence. Inside the park home runs, you can have as many as you can get, but you are allowed 1 ball over the fence, which you're not in the D division.
There's going to be a courtesy runner for Sigali. It's going to be the shortstop, Ricky Chavaria, who bats last in the batting order, so it's time before he has to come to the plate. All right, Castro takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And that pitch is a ball 3. 3-1. The next one, he swings and pops one up on the infield. Second baseman and shortstop pulling for it. The shortstop makes the catch. So Castro is out on a pop to the infield. That's out number 2.
And the umpire did call the infield fly rule there. You could hear him doing it. What that means is if there's runners on at least first and second and an easily catchable fly ball, the batter is automatically out. That's meant to prevent him from freezing the runners on the bases, dropping the ball, and possibly getting a double or triple play.
Mike McGee takes a strike, and now this pitch illegal, so it's 2-2.
That one wasn't a very controversial call of the infield fly rule. However, sometimes it is a matter of some dispute.
So now the pitcher wants to know why that pitch was illegal, and the home plate umpire is letting him know why. Paul Kramer talking to Richard Frederick.
And the simple answer is it's illegal if it didn't get to 6 feet. The question is usually what is 6 feet? There's no marker out there.
There's a line drive right to the third baseman. Did not have to move. The inning is over. 1 run does score, though. And after 1 inning, our new score is the New York Eagle 2 and the San Francisco Daddy Sharks 1 on the Cloud Sports Network.
And we are broadcasting today on the Sin City Classic Facebook page and the Sin City Classic YouTube page. If you're watching, you know at least one of those things, but we want you to know about the other one and to do us a favor. One of the reasons we like to do these broadcasts is to give families and friends of these players a chance to see somebody play softball at a competitive level when they've maybe never gotten a chance to see that before, to come out and cheer. So if you would, if you know folks on these teams, if you know folks on teams we're going to broadcast later, and we will try to update you with that information, please let those friends and family members know that they have a chance to watch their loved ones play some softball. And let them know that we are on Facebook and YouTube with the Sin City Classic pages.
Mitch Cohen back in the circle, doing his warm-up process. He will face his counterpart here to start the top of the second. That'll be Richard Frederick. His team has a 2-0 lead as we start inning number 2 on a very pretty day. Lots of sun. Can't see any clouds at all. There's a ground ball to third. Close your eyes and then open them. And he throws them out. Third baseman fields with his right hand and throws with his left. And he was able to make the play 5-3 on the putout. And here is Michael Sheldon.
Some impressive weather here in the first couple of innings.
We're going to see a lot of that today. Throw back to the pitcher, gets by him. And the next one, he takes a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nolan Smith will bat next. There's a line drive past the pitcher, whistles in the center field for a base hit. Bobbled momentarily by the left center fielder, but no further advancement by Sheldon. So it's a runner at first base, 1 out, and Nolan Smith the batter. And he swings at the first pitch, and this one to shallow left center field. Shortstop ranging to his right was able to catch up to the ball and make the catch, and that is a nice play by him. The shortstop is Ricky Chavarri, and he just made a really nice catch, and it's out number 2.
Made that look easy, and I assure you it is not. Probably fighting the sun and having to go backwards is never an easy way to catch a ball.
Last batter in the batting order is Rachel Nagler. She is the catcher for this team. She goes after the first pitch and fouls it to the left side, out of play. Holy cow, it's a foul. Leave it over.
Again, with no courtesy foul, if she hits another foul ball, she would be out.
The on-deck batter is Mikey Cordova, who led off this game with a double and scored his team's first run. Rachel takes a pitch deep for a ball, 2-2. And here is the next one. Swung on and hit out in the left field, and that is in for a base hit. One hops to the left fielder, who bobbled it but recovered. There was no further advancement by Sheldon. So it'll be runners at first and second on the base hit by Nagler, and the batter will be the leadoff batter, Mikey Cordova. There'll be a courtesy runner for Rachel. It'll be the player who precedes her in the lineup, Nolan Smith.
We got to see Smith a little bit in the last game, and he is fast.
Yes, he is. Michael swings and lines one down the right field line. That's foul. So apparently he's one of those players who would be hard to defend because he seems to be comfortable going to his opposite field, which would be left, or down the right field line to pull. But he has a chance to add to his team's lead, which is 2-1, as we play here in inning number 2. This is the first of our 2 C2 division games. We'll have another one right after this. Here's the next one. Now here, high and deep into center field. Left center fielder over and makes the catch. That is Alex Gilletta, and the inning is over. 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second, and our score remains the New York Eagle 2 and the San Francisco Daddy Sharks 1, the Cloud Sports Network.
And we'll take this changeover to tell you about The Garden. The Garden, home of the famous weekend drag brunch featuring bottomless mimosas, is proud to partner with the 2024 Sin City Classic. If you're doing Sunday Fun Day, make sure to do it at The Garden. Visit thegardenlasvegas.com for more information. That's thegardenlasvegas, all spelled out, .com. I would tell you I would love to be having one of those mimosas, Rich, but it would be a little cold today.
Yes, it would be. All right, the leadoff batter for the Daddy Sharks here in the bottom of the second will be Brittany Miller.
And we do love it when we get something in the Facebook chat. We do have our production team watching, and so we found out that number 10 on the Daddy Sharks, Michael McGee, has his son Eric Scalito watching. Hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for letting us know you're watching, and thank you for that shout out to your dad.
There's a line drive in the left center field for a base hit. Miller rounds first, goes about a quarter of the way, and decides to go back as the ball gets back in quickly. So a leadoff single, and we'll bring up the pitcher, Mitch Cohen. First pitch to Miller. I'm sorry, to Cohen, rather, is a ball. 2-1. That pitch is also a ball, ball 3. One more would put runners at first and second. So here's the 3-1 pitch. That is a strike call. It's a full count.
Cohen, interestingly, wearing the shoes that have the toes. I can't remember what they're called now, but
there's a ground ball to second, bobbled by the second baseman. It looked like it might have taken a bad hop as he tried to field it. So it'll be runners at first and second, and nobody out. There'll be a courtesy runner at first base for Cohen. It'll be Alex Gilletta. And Sarah Marcian lines one or hits one on the ground into left field for a hit. The bases will be loaded. The ball comes back in quickly. They tried to throw behind the runner at third base, but Miller had never left the bag, so no play there. So the bases are loaded. Solid single to left. And here is David Zellhart. Nobody out, 3 on. And a strike on the first pitch. It is 2 balls and 1 strike.
So those shoes that have an area for each toe, and you can see it, are called Vibram shoes.
Okay.
Most people wear some sort of cleats. You don't actually have to. It's better usually for running, especially in the outfield, but sort of different footwear there.
Zellhart swings and lines one down the left field line, foul. And that is the out because it was the foul on 2 strikes, and so that's a strikeout. And here is the shortstop, Ricky Chavarria. Miller at third. Gilletta running for Marston is at second, and for Cohen is at second, and Marston at first. And the first pitch to Chavarria is lined in the right field for a base hit. That'll score at least 1. It'll score 2. The throw comes in, but the pitcher cuts it off before the catcher. As a result, the runners will maintain their positions at first and second. So a 2-run single for Chavarria gives his team the lead at 3-2 here in the bottom of the second. And we go back to the top of the order, and Ivan Torres. And the first pitch to Torres is a ball. Torres doubled in the first inning. He takes another pitch for a ball, 3 balls and a strike, and another one would load them up.
Worth noting, the Daddy Sharks are batting 11. You can bat all 10 defensive players and up to 2 extra hitters. In the early parts of the tournament, lots of people bat all 12 to get people in, narrowing down today with the Sharks with 11 and the Eagle batting 10.
There's a fly ball hit out in the left center field coming on, but not catching up to the ball is the left center fielder, and as a result, players move up a base. Marston at third now, Chavarria at second, and the first base is Ivan Torres. So for the second time this inning, the bases are loaded, and that'll bring up Aaron Skinner, who hit a sacrifice fly to right center field in the first inning to drive in his team's first run. He swings at this pitch and pops it up. It'll go out of play just behind our broadcast booth at Ken Scares Memorial Studios.
I'm not sure what you said, Rich, but they're coming for you.
Yeah. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. And the next one, and that pitch bounces just in front of the plate for a ball. It's 2-2. There's the swing and a fly ball hit out into right center field. Right center fielder comes on and makes the catch. Marston comes home to score, and on the play, Chavarria to third, and on the play too, Torres to second, and he is safe. So another sacrifice fly RBI off the bat of Aaron Skinner scores another run, and the other runners advanced on the throw into second and third, and the batter will be Will Segale, who singled in the first inning. And the first pitch to him is a ball. First base is open. Next delivery is another ball. 3 balls and a strike. On deck hitter is the cleanup batter, Alex Gilletta. The 3-1 pitch is a strike. 3-2. And that pitch, I think, a little low, and so the bases are loaded again. First walk of the day, and Alex Gilletta, he singled in the first inning. He goes after one and hits a pop-up into shallow right field. Giving chase is the second baseman. The second baseman catches it, and the inning is over. However, 3 runs came across for the Daddy Sharks here in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third, and our new score is the San Francisco Daddy Sharks 4 and the New York Eagle 2 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
I would have thought after a 3-run inning we might hear some cheers of Daddy Sharks do, but nothing from the bench so far.
Four to our score. Sean will lead off here in the third inning. Matt Gortman and Ryan Ramsey will follow. In Matt Morgan's first at-bat, or in Sean's first at-bat, he grounded out to second base. It moved the runner to third, Cordova, where he would eventually score. So player giving himself up to move the runner over, and he takes the first pitch inside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a line drive hit out of the center field, and it drops in front of the left center fielder for a leadoff single. That'll bring up Matt Cordova. Matt Cordova singled also in the first inning, runner at first base, and nobody out. Ryan Ramsey on the on-deck circle. First pitch is a ball inside, 2-1.
So the way the Sin City Classic works is all these teams started yesterday with pool play, where they played just 2 sort of random teams within a group, and then they started the tournament based on how they did in those games. So for the Daddy Sharks, in their pool play, they beat UMAD 24-7 and lost to the San Diego Flicks Kraken 12-2.
There's a fly ball hit out into right center field, and the ball gets down and goes all the way to the fence. Sean comes around third. He will score. Matt Cordova comes to third, and they will not send him. The relay does come to the catcher, so it's a triple and an RBI for Matt Cordova, and it is now 4-3.
And then after those games, the Daddy Sharks beat the San Diego Wicked 17-4 and lost to the Portland Storm 13-7, and so here they are.
There's a line drive off the third baseman's glove. He recovers, throws to first, and in time. Matt Cordova held third. Ryan Ramsey out 5-3. The ball hit the glove of the third baseman, Mike McGee. It didn't bounce far enough away from him for the runner to beat the play. Stayed reasonably close, so he was able to recover and get the put out at first base. And there's a ground ball past the dive of the third baseman, McGee, and on into left field for a base hit. Matt Cordova scores, and our game is now tied on a single by Rene Esparza.
McGee able to get the last one, but not quite able to get that one. Lost, that one was in the hole. A little unusual, I think, as you mentioned earlier. Don't always have a left-handed thrower at third base, and helps on some and didn't help on others.
Shigei swings and hits one up the middle and onto the center field for a base hit. It'll go down the right field line, and I lose the ball there. And so it'll go as a double, and Esparza took third. The batter is Richard Frederick, who bounced out to the third baseman in the first inning. Esparza and Shigei on the base pass, and the first pitch to the pitcher is grounded into left field for a base hit. Esparza scores, Shigei will score, and he slides underneath the tag. The ball just bounces away from the catcher, so the pitcher, Frederick, tries to take second, and he got thrown out. But 2 runs did score. It'll be a single, and the putout goes 2-6. Now that is the second out of the inning, and the batter will be Michael Sheldon, who singled in the second inning. And he takes the pitch a little short for a ball. He's about 6'3". And the next one, he takes a strike called on the outside corner. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nolan Smith is in the on-deck circle. And Sheldon swings and lines one past the stretch of the second baseman and on into right center field for a base hit. Nolan Smith, the batter, he popped to the shortstop. Shortstop made a good play as he was ranging to his right, going backwards, and was able to make the catch. And so he bats Nolan Smith for the second time in this game. His team has scored 4 times this inning, and they lead 6-4. There's a fly ball hit out into right center field, and the catch is made by the left center fielder, ranging over to his left. I guess it was an easier play for him, and the inning is over. However, 4 runs do score for the New York Eagle, and we go to the bottom of the third, and our new score is the New York Eagles 6 and the San Francisco Daddy Sharks 4 on the Cloud Sports Network. Castro to lead off here in the top of the or bottom of the third inning. His team trails by 2. I will apologize to him. I called him Mitch in his first at bat. It is Micah. And he swings and lines one up the middle and on into center field for a leadoff single. So he is now 1 for 2. And Mike McGee, the third baseman, will bat now.
So Eric, if you're still watching, Dad is at the plate.
And Dad swings and puts one foul to the right side. He thought about swinging at that one, but it was a little outside and bounces away from the catcher.
Wise choice, but I agree with you. From our vantage point, he was definitely looking at it.
Swung on and the ground ball to third, off the third baseman's glove and on into left field for a hit. It'll be first and second and nobody out. And that'll bring up Brittany Miller. She singled and scored a run in the second inning. And the first pitch. Ball 2. Brittany wears the number 1. And the pitch is outside, ball 3, 3-1. Swung on, and that is a line drive. Second baseman he's trying to, let me start over. Bounced to the second base, made a good play to stop it, but had the ball bounced a little bit too far away from him. He was not able to throw the batter out, and so again we have the bases loaded.
Still, probably at least the third really good play by that second
Yes.
baseman. I believe that's Shige over there.
And that is Mitch Cohen, the batter. Swung on and lifted in the air to right field. Ball drops as the right fielder had trouble seeing it in the sun. A run will score. And it is now 6-5.
Looks like only Castro able to score on that one. Looked like that ball might get caught, so I think the runners had to freeze on bases. They didn't get much of a jump there until they could actually see the ball drop.
On the play, McGee to third, Miller to second, and Cohen safe at first. This is Sarah Martin, who bounces one back to the pitcher. Pitcher comes home. They get the force out, and McGee is forced on a 1-2 putout. On the play, Miller to third, the runner for Cohen at second, Marston at first on the fielder's choice, and the batter will be David Zellhart, who struck out on a foul ball in his first time at the plate.
Not always easy to remember to do that, so very nice play by the pitcher to remember to get that force out at the plate and save a run.
Swung on and bounced fair down the third base line and on into the corner. Miller scores, but runner for Cohen scored, and that is Alex Gilletta. And on the play, after the ball got by the catcher on the throw-in, the runners move up to second and third. So 2 more runs have scored.
And if I have this right, with 3 runs in, the Daddy Sharks have taken the lead again, 7-6.
And the batter will be Ricky Travaria. Singled in his first at-bat, and the first pitch to him is a ball inside. There's a fly ball foul to the right side. And the next delivery, as Shavaria has 2 runners in scoring position. 3 have scored in this inning. It's 7-6 our score for San Francisco. There's a swing and lift one in the air to center field. The ball won't get down for a hit, and it's going to go all the way to the warning track. It's cut off by the left center fielder. However, Marston and Zellhart will score runs number 4 and 5 of the inning, and it is now 9-6. And it's a double for Shavaria, who now has 2 hits in our game today. And the batter will be Ivan Torres. He has been on base twice and has scored a run. And he lines one into left field. The ball's got some carry, and that ball is going to go all the way to the fence. Chavarria will score easily. Torres on his way to third. He's got some speed. They throw to the third baseman, and the runner is safe. Ball briefly by the third baseman. Torres faked as if he was going to go home, but he stays at third base, and an RBI as Chavarria scores.
Nice base running by Torres. Hard enough to get there in time to beat the throw, but then you have to stick on the bag. Lots of runners will overrun that and get tagged on the backside of that play. Torres did a nice job of sticking to the bag and getting in there safe.
Aaron Skinner takes the ball, and he swings and lifts one in the air to right field. Right fielder has the beat, makes the catch, and it is a sacrifice fly RBI as Torres scores his second run of the game. And it is the third time that Skinner has delivered for his team with a sacrifice fly. He's done it each of his at-bats. All right, here is Segale, who hits a ground ball off the third baseman's glove. He makes a throw to first, but no chance for the outfielder.
Or technically reached in each of his 3 non-at-bats.
Correct.
When you're computing averages, just joking a little bit, when you're computing averages, sacrifices don't count because you don't want to be penalized for meaning to get in out to get that run in. So it doesn't count like a walk as an official at bat.
They have now officially batted around in this inning as Alex Gilletta swings and hits a foul ball out of play. Runner at first base and 2 out. There's a swing and a bouncing ball to the shortstop. He'll go to second for the out, and the inning is over. 7 runs, however, come across in that inning. We go to the top of the 4th, and our new score, the San Francisco Daddy Sharks 11, and the New York Eagles 6 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
So we'll take a moment here. We mentioned how the Daddy Sharks got here to this game. We'll talk about the Eagles' path. They lost in their first game to the Trojans 16-11. Then were able to beat the Austin, Texas Rough Riders 13-9, so they entered the tournament 1-1. They lost to the Brokeback Bears 10-7, and then beat the Posse 12-11 in the last game on this field to make it to this game.
Here in the top of the 4th inning, it'll be batters 10-1 and 2. Rachel Nagler will be the leadoff batter. She is the catcher. She singled in her previous at-bat. Mitch Cohen on the mound for San Francisco. And Rachel takes a strike call. 1 and 2. Swing and a base hit in the right center field, so she is 2 for 2. It'll be a courtesy runner. Nolan Smith will come in and run. We go back to the top of the order, and Mikey Cordova, who has scored. He scored from second base on a fly ball to the outfield, and then hit a fly ball to left center field for his 1 for 2. He swings and lines one in the right field. I can't see, the player is in my way. It's down for a hit. All right, here is Smith at racing to third and Cordova in at second. Here is Sean. Bounce to the second baseman. His first at-bat. And singled and scored in his second at-bat. He has runners in scoring position here. Sean Lewis, number 27. And the next pitch to him. Swung on and grounded to the first baseman. And a run scores. Is that what happened? Or the player was in the way?
Yeah, so what happened there was the ball was grounded to the first base person, who made a nice play to snag it, but had to go down on one knee, and as she got up to try to get to first, the runner actually beat her to the bag. So he is safe at first, the run in, and the other runner to third.
All right, so that is Cordova at third and Sean at first, and the batter will be Matt Cordova. Matt Cordova has singled and tripled and scored twice. next delivery is a strike. Cordova waits and he swings and hits one in the air to deep right center field, and that ball is out of here. It's a 3-run homer for Matt Cordova.
Again, as we mentioned, in this C division, C1 or C2, this is C2, the team has allowed 1 home run per game, so that's it. Anything else over the fence is going to be an out. Obviously, you'd love to use that home run when the bases are loaded for your grand slam, but 3 runs on that home run is not a bad idea. I'm sure his coach is pretty happy with that.
Not too shabby. This is a 4-run inning, and the score is now 11-10 in favor of San Francisco. Still nobody out.
And we were just able to hear the on-deck batter, Rene Esparza, mention that he will no longer be able to hit his home run.
Ryan Ramsey takes the ball, and that pitch is way short. It's ball 3. Here we go, Ryan. And the next one is a ball 4, and a walk with the aforementioned Rene Esparza coming to the plate. Swung on, and there's a ground ball in the hole to left field for a hit. Ramsey into second base. And that is runners at first and second, nobody out, and she gave the batter.
I believe that last name there is Kalahari, as responsible for some of the best defensive plays so far today.
And there's a ground ball to the second baseman off his glove, rolls into the outfield. There'll be no play, and the bases will be loaded. And so the pitcher, Richard Frederick, who singled and drove in 2 runs in his last at-bat, in an earlier at-bat, he grounded to the third baseman. He takes this pitch for a ball outside, 2-1. Swung on, and that is lined into left center field. Left center fielder loses it in the sun, and the ball will go all the way to the fence. At least 2 runs are going to score. And Shige will hold at third base. Ramsey and Esparza score runs number 5 and 6 in the inning, and it's now 12-11 for New York.
And that is, I believe, our 4th lead change in 3.5 innings, Rich.
You are correct, sir. It'll go as a double for Frederick, and the batter will be Michael Sheldon. And he takes the ball. He has singled twice. He can add to his team's lead here. He has 2 runners in scoring position. That pitch was a strike. Nolan Smith on deck. The next one swung on and hit up the middle and on into center field, and that ball is down. And 2 more runs are going to score. Shige Kawahari and Richard Frederick both score. It is an 8-run inning, and there are still nobody out.
And with Nolan Smith coming to the plate, the Eagle will have batted around this inning.
All right, Nolan Smith waits for the first pitch from Mitch Cohen. He delivers inside for a ball. A runner on, nobody out. Swing and a fly ball hit into right center field. Right center fielder ranges to his right. He makes the catch. Nice catch out there. Sheldon had almost reached second base and had to retreat quickly to first base. That's the first out of the 4th inning, and we'll bring up Rachel Nagler, who has singled twice, and her single got this inning started. She scored a run.
And Smith's showing some power there, just getting a little bit under those balls, getting a little too much air under them.
So it is a runner at first and 1 out. And Nagler swings and she hits one. Now, I don't know what she did to you.
I'm not sure. It looked like she made an out on purpose. She didn't try to run. She did hit what was a low pitch. You aren't allowed to chop at the ball, which sort of what that looked like. So the blue could have just called her out for that. In fact, and maybe what she did, it also looked like she was trying to step on the plate. So,
well, okay, we'll try to figure out Michael Cordova swings and lines one past the second baseman into right field. Right center fielder fields the ball. Sheldon on his way to third. The throw comes into second, and it's runners at first and third with 2 out.
The most likely thing I can think of there, Rich, is that she's hit the ball hard into the outfield, but maybe she was afraid she would hit it to the ground. And as somebody who gets a runner, maybe she was afraid she would hit into the double play, and they thought that this was the better way to go.
Here is Sean, two for 3 today. And there is a bouncing ball to the second baseman. He loses it, comes out of his glove, and Michael Sheldon will score. First and second.
So, Rich, I'm hearing from the bench over here. I think that Rachel may be injured. So she was limping a little bit after her first hit. The production team is saying from when they watched, and she's over here talking about it. So I think that was just to preserve what she could, because these Eagles don't have any subs listed.
There's a base hit in the right center field off. And Mikey Cordova will score. And Sean will be out at home plate. Mikey Cordova does score. His run does count. It'll go as a single. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 runs in the inning.
What you got, Bob?
16-11, our score here as we go to the bottom of the fourth.
And we want to tell you about USGSN. That's the United States Gay Sports Network. They invite you to come out and play. USGSN is America's largest LGBTQ plus sports directory that highlights every league and tournament in the country. If you want to find a league or tournament by and for the LGBTQ plus community and its allies, then head over to usgsn.com. The network currently features over 800 LGBTQ plus leagues, 45 different sports in 42 states and 85 cities. Visit usgsn.com and follow all of your favorite social media platforms with the sign at USGSN.
All right, we are at play here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The score is the New York Eagles 16, the San Francisco Daddy Sharks 11. There is a base hit on into left field. The ball gets by the left fielder. He's going to head to third, and the throw is out! We've seen some very nice play here in just the last 2 at-bats. One for both teams. That was Micah Castro. It'll go as a double and an out made at third. Mike McGee, the batter.
And we just heard the Blues say 3 minutes left in the game. So this being the bottom of the fourth could very well be the last inning, so the Daddy Sharks need to get something going here.
And here is the next delivery, and McGee swings and misses.
Or the other possibility is to purposely not get something going so that they are guaranteed one more inning.
And the next one is a ball. The count is full at 3-2. And the next one. Swung on and hit in the air to left field. Left fielder coming on. Sean. Ball bounces in front of him, and McGee will hold at first. Now the ball gets by the... Okay. Well, I don't know what his thinking was on there, but he's out. Are they daring people to run on them?
I honestly don't think they're daring people to run on them. I think that was, the ball did get by. It was rolling to first. I think this is C baseball, and there are some good arms and some good players. So you don't run just because somebody bobbles a ball, because they can pick it up and throw it faster. And there's a lot of good defense on these teams. So the one thing I will say about it is, as I sort of alluded to before, with the clock ticking down and this being the bottom of the inning, you may just want to get out of this inning, get your third out, and move forward, but that's not how you would usually do it on the base path, because you want them more quickly. So it'll be interesting from a strategy perspective to see what Miller does here. She might try to make an out, or
And that's exactly what she just tried to do.
And so Miller does make that out, so we will go to the top of the fifth.
I'm not sure how to score that, so I'm just going to give it a strikeout and be happy with it. No run score in that inning, in a weird inning for me at least. The score is 16-11 for New York as we go to the top of the fifth.
Well, and Rich, I was watching the bat more than the ball. She certainly was trying to make it out, and I think the Blue knew that, but I don't think she actually stepped on the plate, and you have to put the ball in play. So I think the outcome was going to happen no matter what, but and the reason I know about that is just that has been a controversial play in some of my games and in our league where we've had a lot of discussion about that happens.
Ryan Ramsey is going to lead off here on the top of the fifth inning, so they're going to have to play the inning out. And Ryan Ramsey takes the ball and then chops one foul down the third base side. New York batting here in the top of the fifth, leading 16-11. The clock has expired. There's a fly ball high and deep into left field. Left fielder ranging over to the line and catches the ball in fair territory for the first out here in the fifth. And the batter will be Renee Esparza. 2 for 3. 2 runs scored. Shige on deck.
So as we learned yesterday, no lead is safe. The Eagle up 5, but they would certainly be more comfortable to put a few more runs on the board in their half of this inning.
And there is a foul ball.
Let that ball come to you, babe.
Here's the next one. Swung on and chopped to shortstop. And it's off the shortstop's either his glove or his heel. And that bounds on into left field. So it's a base runner for New York. That is Shige running at first base. And we'll bring up Shige. Esparza at first base. And Shige hits one over the third baseman's reach and into left field. That's another hit. Shige is now 3 for 4 today. On the play, Esparza takes second. And the batter is Richard Frederick. And the first pitch to Richard. Pitcher takes it for a ball. New York can add to its lead. They have a runner at second base, and there's a line drive hit out into center field. Ball drops in front of the left center fielder for a hit. And playing station to station, Esparza held third. Shige is at second, and Frederick at first. And that'll bring up Michael Sheldon. Michael Sheldon is 3 for 3 with a run scored today. And he swings and bounces one to the pitcher. Pitcher comes home for 1, and then the catcher drops the ball, but recovers in time to make the out, and that is out number 2.
Second time we've seen that 1-2 put out today. A little bit of drama there, but gets the out in the end. Home plate umpire Paul Kramer wiping off the plate after that to make sure he can still see the corners.
So the bases are still loaded. Nolan Smith will be the batter. 2 outs in the inning. And that pitch is high for a ball.
Nolan's put the ball in the air 3 times. Let's see if maybe he goes for a liner or a grounder this time.
There's a swing and a slow roller hit to third, fielded by the third baseman, bobbles the ball and waits for the runner to come over and tag him. And that's how this inning ends. He was going to go to the bag himself, but then he bobbled the ball. It fell out of his glove, and he had waited for Frederick to come over. And Frederick makes the third out, and the inning is over, and no runs scored in the inning. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. It may be the last at bat for the Daddy Sharks of San Francisco. They trail going into the bottom of the fifth, 16-11.
Interesting there that because he tagged him instead of getting the force out, the run would have scored if it crossed the plate, but it looked like the umpire, in the umpire's estimation, I think it was Kalahari, did not make it home with that run, so none in the inning. So the Sharks chasing 5, which we have seen many innings of more than 5 runs in our coverage over the past 2 days, Rich, and including a couple today. Sharks scored 7 in the third, so do that again, and they would be the winners of this game.
Sarah Marston will be the leadoff batter. No, Mitch Cohen will be the leadoff batter. Mitch Cohen's waiting for the first pitch. It's a ball. He's been on twice. He has scored twice. Pitcher to pitcher. Here's the next one. It's a strike. And the count is full at 3-2. There's a swing and a high fly ball hit out into shallow center field, and it will fall for a hit.
Little bloop single, looks like a line drive in the scorebook.
And so that'll bring up Sarah Marston. Sarah is 2 for 2, scored twice. And she waits for the first pitch and swings and bounces one to the shortstop off his glove and into shallow left field for a base hit. So 2 on, and David Zellhart the batter. Zellhart has reached and scored a run. He has also struck out on the foul ball.
So Zellhart at the plate, Chavaria on deck, and Torres, as we say, in makeup as the tying run.
All right, here's the first pitch to Zellhart. Going after it and hits a fly ball out into right field. Right fielder has the beat on it and makes the catch. On the play, Cohen to third. So that is out number 1. That is not Cohen running at third, I can tell you that. It's a courtesy runner, but we didn't see who it was that went in for him. The batter will be Chavaria, who has reached twice. He has driven in 2, scored 1. And first pitch bounces on the plate for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. The next one, there's a swing and a ground ball to the second baseman, and he bobbles it on into right field. It goes. A run scores. It'll be runners at first and second with 1 run in. The pinch runner was Alex Gilletta, and he scores the 12th run of the ball game. So it's first and second with the top of the order, and Ivan Torres, who has reached 3 times and has scored twice. 16-12. First pitch outside and short. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Aaron Skinner is on deck, and the next one is a ball. Here is the next one. Strike called. It's 3-1. He didn't think it was a strike.
So in some ways that landed deep, but it did come in low and probably cross his body in a place where it was reasonably called a strike.
All righty, thank you. And the next one. Swung on and hit into left field. Left fielder Sean draws the beat on it, makes the catch. On the play, the runners will move up to second and third on that long fly ball out by Torres. So Marston to third and Chavaria to second. And here is Skinner. A sacrifice fly won't be in play here because there are 2 out, but he has 3 sacrifice flies today and has driven in 3 runs.
Could be seen as a little risky to send those runners, but it does break up the force play at second.
And there is a base hit into right field. A run scores. Marston crosses the plate. Chavaria will hold at third.
And worth noting here that the Daddy Sharks have not hit their home run yet, and we are at the number 3 batter in the order. So you're talking about people that if you have folks who can hit home runs, this is probably where they are in your lineup.
Here is the batter, Will Segale. He has singled, he has reached on an error, and he has walked.
So Segale able to tie this game with 1 swing of the bat if he has that kind of power.
16-13 our score, and that pitch is a ball. The on-deck hitter will be Alex Gilletta. The on-deck hitter is the cleanup batter for this team. And the next delivery is a strike. Caught the outside part of the plate, so here we go, 3-2, and that pitch is deep for a ball, and the bases are loaded. The tying run now on at first base on the walk, and the batter, Alex Gilletta.
And now with the bases loaded, if Gilletta can hit a home run, they would win on one swing of the bat.
He swings and fouls one, and the catcher makes the catch, and the game is over. Wow! What a way to end the game that had so many twists and turns. He swung at the pitch. It was what normally would be just a foul ball, but it came straight back to the catcher, and Rachel Nagler was able to make the catch, and that's how this game ends.
And you gotta love that for Nagler, watching her play through what was clearly some difficulties and some pain, having to make an out just to be able to make that last out of the game in that situation. Gotta feel good for her and for the New York Eagle.
So if things stand as I think they will, the New York Eagle will stay on this field, and they will take on a game that's a winner from a game that's going on right now, which I think is a game involving one of your teams from San Diego. But the final score here in our first game on the Cloud Sports Network today is the New York Eagles 16 and the San Francisco Daddy Sharks 13. We will be back in a few minutes to get you started on our second game in the C2 bracket here at the Sin City. And we're at Sunset Park on a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. Thanks for being with us, and we'll talk to you again in just a few minutes on the Cloud Sports Network. Well, how about that? How about that?
That was a fun one.